Today on Hillingdon Speaks, we're looking at one of the most overlooked but still influential towns within Hillingdon, and that is Hayes. From the factories to the canals and all the reinvention that's happened over the years, we're going to be talking to somebody who knows a lot about the area, David Brough. Let's get into it now. Welcome to the podcast, David. Really good to be with you, and I've been looking forward to having this chat with you. I learned something that we're both born in the same area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, cool.
yeah.
Name us one other thing interesting about yourself, maybe.
No, I ran in the first London Marathon.
Wow.
I climbed Kilimanjaro.
Amazing.
I've done a few things like that. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Very, very active.
Yeah.
Amazing. And then I know you're the chair of the Hayes Town Partnership.
Yes.
How did that start off, and what does it get involved with, really? Yeah.
Well, I worked for Hillingdon Council for getting on for 40 years, and I always had a soft spot for Hayes because I thought it was the poor relation of Hillingdon.
Yeah.
People look down their noses on Hayes, and I didn't like that. I always thought Hayes had good things about it. And when I retired, the council asked me if I would be willing to relaunch the Hayes Town Partnership, which had become a bit run down.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any plans for my retirement, so I said I'd do it. And 18 years later, I'm still here.
Yes. Well done as well. And I know you send out a weekly newsletter of what's going on in the area.
I do, yeah. I'm a bit of a frustrated journalist in some ways, I think. I write the Hayes Town News to keep people informed about what's going on locally. And I like to celebrate the positive things in life. You know, I get fed up with the media being so negative.
I totally agree, and we were talking off air about that as well.
Yeah,
And we just there's plenty positives.
Yes.
So in terms of people that are in modern day Hayes now, what would they be surprised about from Hayes from back in the day?
Yeah, one of the things that I find disappointing is how little people know about the history of Hayes. So when you contacted me to say could I be interested in doing something about that, I was delighted.
Yes.
So there's lots of great industrial history of Hayes.
Yeah.
But even before the industrial history, Hayes was famous for something that most people never heard of, which was brick making.
Okay.
So you know the Natural History Museum and the Science Museum in South Kensington, well, the bricks for those buildings were made in Hayes.
Amazing, and they're beautiful bricks, aren't they? The way they're stunning.
And they were carried by canal boats.
Yeah, okay.
So the canal was part of the development of Hayes back 200 plus years ago. But then industry started because of the railway. Yeah, so I could tell you about some of the big factories.
Yeah, love to hear, and I'm a big records fan myself, so obviously the factory. I've been to the old vinyl factory where they've done the music fairs as well.
Yeah, great. Really the festival, that was really good. Yeah, so EMI was the central employer of Hayes, used to employ up 15,000 people. Yeah. So in many ways, Hayes was like a company town. Yeah. And the bit that most people, if they know about vinyl records. They made billions of vinyl records, which they didn't just sell in this country, but around the world. Yeah. You know, in Asia and in America.
I've got a few in Africa as well.
And the history of that is fascinating. So all the Beatles records that were ever made were made in Hayes, and lots of other people in the 60s, all of that, it boomed. What people don't know so much about is the other part of EMI. So EMI stands for Electric and Musical Industries. The electric bit is absolutely fascinating. So did you know that stereo sound was invented in Hayes?
Wow, that's the first time I've heard that.
Did you know that airborne radar was invented in Hayes?
Okay, wow.
Did you know that television was invented in Hayes?
Okay, wow.
So all those things were invented by an incredible genius called Alan Blumlein, who ought to be nationally known and celebrated.
Hopefully he will be now, but
Well, I try, but he's got a fascinating history in himself, you know, which we could do a whole podcast on him and his family. But he invented all those things. But there was another thing that was invented in Hayes, which by another genius, called CT scanners were invented in Hayes. So
getting educated right now.
So millions of people around the world have benefited from CT scanners. They were invented just down the road from where we're standing.
Amazing.
By a guy called Godfrey Hounsfield, who again most people have never heard of. He ended up getting the Nobel Prize for medicine for that invention. And he was the one and only person who got a Nobel Prize for medicine who never had a university degree.
Oh, wow.
So his history is fascinating as well.
Yeah. And I know some of the other industrial factories such as Nestle's or Nestle's.
Yes, indeed. So there's a great history to this. This was started originally by a guy called Eugen Sandow. And he was a showman who reckoned to have fought with a lion.
Okay.
He could lift a grand piano above his head. He is now regarded as the founder of bodybuilding.
Okay.
And he decided at the beginning of the 20th century that cocoa was a life-enhancing product, and he set up a company called Sandow Chocolate and Cocoa Company just outside of the town centre, and he sold this around the world. Now he was absolutely devoted to his company, but he was also, as a showman, he used to go around the country showing off his muscles, and he became a sort of sex symbol of the early 20th century. And on Hayes Station, the end of the platform, there is a wonderful mural that has been put there by Barrett's as part of the new development, celebrating Eugene Sandow. His company unfortunately went bust, and eventually it was taken over by a Swiss company that became what we call Nestle's. So Nestle's has got a great history as well. And another one to mention is Ferry Aviation. If you come on a bus to Hayes, on one of the destination boards you'll see Fairy Corner. It's not fairies at the bottom of the garden. It's Fairy, F-A-I-R-E-Y, which is the name of this company. And they were Britain's leading aircraft manufacturer, and they developed all sorts of famous Swordfish and other aircraft that were really important in both the First and Second World War. So we've got all this fantastic history of Hayes. I want people to know more about it. So I've done some work with local schools, briefing history teachers, and I'm at the moment drafting a self-guided walking tour, which people can go around and look at some of these things for themselves.
How would they find out to go to know about it, really?
Well, the schools are already signed up to take copies for themselves, but I will use my Hayes Town News and any other channel that I can to publicise it.
I look forward to joining one of those, and definitely I'll spread the word on that as well to other people. What other kind of sites that people might walk past in Hayes that they wouldn't even realise that they've got a history? Any other things that you might want to
Yes, well, I think the Grand Union Canal is a hidden asset. Hillingdon has got more miles of canal than any other London borough. And Hillingdon, as you all know, is a big borough in terms of area, long, thin borough down the west of London. But the Grand Union Canal runs all through the borough, from here all the way through to Harefield. It's an untapped asset. It's a wonderful green lung in many ways. But it's also got great history. So we're trying to get more people to open their eyes to the canal. So one of the things I've done in Hayes is to start the Hayes Canal Festival, which is an annual event. Perhaps you come back in July when it takes place. It's basically, I did it for two reasons. One was to bring the attention of the public to this canal that runs through their town. You know, it runs from London to Birmingham.
Yes.
People look at it over the bridge in the station and think, what's that watercourse? Down there, they wouldn't know that it's the main part of the English canal network.
Yeah, and it's very scenic, isn't it? Because I did the half marathon walk with Homestar, and it ended there, and that was my favourite part of it. It's very scenic.
Yes, it's very green. But the other reason for doing it is Hayes is an incredibly diverse area. You know, we've got people from many countries around the world, and now second and third generation.
Yes.
And I love the diversity of Hayes. The one thing that we don't do well enough is getting communities to mix together more.
Yes, I agree.
So the Canal Festival is just a way of bringing people together, having a bit of fun around the canal.
A bit like the music festival.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so people can just rub along with other people. And
have you got dates for it this year?
Yes, it's 27th of July.
Okay, good to know.
So I shall be publicising that.
Awesome. No, that's really good. There's so much more that I'm sure you've seen over the years as well that we'd like to tap into. So maybe we might have to do a part two at some point.
Yes, we've got plans for town centre improvements. We've done quite a lot working with the council and the Mayor of London. We got £6 million some years ago to redo all the roads and pavements and lighting. But there's still room for further improvements. That was going
to be my last thing, really, in terms of what do you see as improving over the next few years and longer term as well?
Yes, well, the council is coming forward with some plans. As you all know, the big driving force in Hayes has been the Elizabeth line. That's transformed the town. We've got lots of old industrial sites now that are housing, and there are more in the pipeline as well. So some of the funding that comes from that, I think should be used much more in Hayes. And we've got various ideas on how we can improve the different parts of the town centre, which will be revealed in the next few months.
Well, I look forward to hearing it, and look out for it, everybody that's listening. But thank you so much, David, for your time today. Really, really fascinating. And love to tap into your knowledge, and I'll be joining on a tour soon as well.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Cheers.